We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Session I am going to cover JSTL. JSTL stands for JSP Standard Tag Library. It is used to represent a set of tags to simplify the JSP development. In other words, there are numerous advantages using the JSTL over simple JSP scriptlet tag to add the Java code. The first one is fast development. Means by using these tags you can fast develop your JSP code and you can simplify the writing. Then we can use the code again and again. Means the tags we can use in the various JSP pages. Then as I said, we can avoid using scriptlet tag. Like JSP is a combination of HTML and Java. Okay, so if we want to embed the Java code, what option we have? Using the scriptlet tag, and the other option is by using JSTL, because it has many tags which could provide the basic functionality of the Java. Now let's see what are those tags. Mainly there are 5 tags. The first one is core tags. The JSTL core tag provide variable support, then URL management, flow control, etc. And the URI for the core tag is http://java.sun.com/jsp/jstl/core, and the prefix of the core tag is C. Then we have function tag. Now function tag provides the support for a string manipulation and string functions like string length, uppercase, lowercase, and the URL for the function tag is JSP/JSTL/functions. Okay, like the core we have /core. Similarly for function we have functions. The another one is formatting tag. The formatting tag provides support for the message formatting, number and date formatting. And the URL for the formatting tag is /JSTL/FMT and prefix is FMT. Another is XML tag. XML tag provide the flow control, transformation, like dealing with the XML, transforming your XML file to displaying the content of the XML into tabular format or any other format you want. So the URL for the XML tag is /JSTL/XML and prefix is X. The another tag library is SQL tag library. Now SQL tag library provide the SQL support, right? So the URL is /JSTL/SQL and prefix is SQL. So for creating JSTL application you need to load the jstl.jar file into the libraries. You have to add the jar file to the libraries folder. Okay, so let's see all the tags one by one. First is core tag. Now core tag are used to provide the support of the iteration, conditional logic, catch exceptions, then URL forwarding, then redirection. So let's see this one by one. We have C:\out. Now it displays the result of an expression similar to the expression scripting tag, expression tag we use. Okay, then we have C colon set. It set the result of an expression under evaluation and a scope variable, so you can set the variable also. Then similarly we can have C colon remove, which is used to remove the attribute. Then we have C colon catch. It used for the catches any throwable exception that occurs in the body. Then we have if condition using C colon if. It is conditional tag used for testing the condition and displaying the body content only if the expression evaluates to true. Then we have C colon choose, C colon when, and C colon otherwise. These three are work together, and it is simply the conditional tag includes the body of the content if the evaluated condition is set to true. Then we have for each tag. Now it is basically a iteration tag, and it repeats the nested body content for fixed number of items over the collection. Then we have C colon for tokens. Now it iterates over the tokens which is separated by the specified delimiters. Then we have C colon param. It adds the parameter in containing import tag. Like along with the import tag we can use parameter to set the value of that particular parameter. Then we have C colon redirect. It is used to redirect the particular request to the browser in the new URL. Then we have URL. It creates the URL with optional query parameter. So let's see the example of it. The first, here you can see we have used page directive @page language equal to Java. Then we have used taglib directive, prefix is C, URI is http://java sun com jsp gstl core. This you have to define as it is. Okay, now here we have C colon for each, and variable we have used. Then we are beginning from 5 and we are ending with 10. So if we want to print a value from 5 to 10, we are going to use this variable in the C colon out, and value equal to, here we are using expression language dollar, and in brackets provide the variable name. So it will print from 5 to 10, and for each loop completes. This is how we can use the core tag library tags. Now move to the further function tags. Now for function tag you have to provide taglib URI, which is JSTL/functions, prefix is fn. Now list of tags are fn colon contains. Contains is a function now which is used to specify whether the particular string is a substring or not. Then contains ignore case. It is used to test if an input string contains the specified substring as a case sensitive way. Means it will ignore the uppercase and lowercase. Then we have ends with function. It is used to test if an input string ends with the specified suffix or not. Then we have escape XML. It is used to escape the character that would be interpreted as a XML markup, so it will avoid that. Then we have index of. It returns an index within a string of first occurrence of specified substring. Then we have trim function, which removes the blank spaces from both the ends of the string. Then we have start with. It is used for checking whether the given string is started with the particular string value. Then we have split, which is used to split the string into an array of substring. Then we have to lowercase. It converts all the characters of string to lowercase. Then we have to uppercase function. It converts all the characters to string as an uppercase. Then we have substring. It returns the subset of a string according to the given start and end portion. Another function is substring after. It returns the subset of a string after a specified substring. Then we have substring before. It returns the subset of string before a specific substring. Then we have function length. It returns the number of character inside a string or a number of an item in a collection. Then we have a function replace. It replaces all the occurrence of the string with the another string sequence, whatever you want to specify. So let's see the example. So first, C colon set variable name, whatever name you want to specify, then value we have provided. Now here you can see dollar, then curly bracket, inside that we have used fn colon lowercase, then hello. So it will convert this hello into lowercase. Now function dot to lowercase, we are going to pass this string, then it will convert the whole string into lowercase, means W, J, S, P, and this programming P would be in the lowercase. So this is how we can use the function tag library. Move further, we have XML tag library. Now XML tag library is basically used to translate your XML file or parse your XML file. So let's see. We have taglib URI, you can specify JSTL/XML, then prefix X. Now we have different tags like X colon out, similar to this expression tag, but XPath expression we have to specify. Then X colon parse, it is used for the parse the XML data specified either in the tag body or an attribute. Then X colon set, it is used to set the variable to the value of the XPath expression. Then X colon choose, it is a conditional tag that establishes a context for the mutually exclusive conditional operation. Then choose when otherwise, these three will be used together. Then when, it is subtag of that will include its body if the condition evaluates to be true. Otherwise it is a subtag of the following tags and runs only if all the prior condition evaluates to be false. Okay. Then X colon if it is used for evaluating the test XPath expression, and if it is true it will process its body content. Then X colon transform, it is used to translate XML document for providing XSL extensible style sheet language transformation. Then we have param, and it is used along with the transform tag for setting the parameter in the XSLT style sheet. So let's see the example how we can use this library. First core tag library, then XML tag library, prefix and URI we have to provide. Now here we are having C colon set var equal to vegetable. We have declared one variable naming vegetable. Now we are going to use this XML file and we are going to display the some information from this XML file. Here we are having vegetable open tag and vegetables closing tag. Inside that we have 1, 2 and 3 vegetable. First vegetable name is onion, its price is 40 kg. Second vegetable is potato, its price is 30 kg. And third vegetable is tomato, 90 kg. Now how I could get the particular value from this tag? Now see. So C/set completed. Inside that we have declare our whole XML. Even you can define the whole XML in the separate file and then you can import that file, or you can inlinely use it. Now we are going to parse it. So X colon parse XML attribute, inside that we have to specify the name of the variable we have set, that is vegetable. Then our own variable for parsing var is output. Now if I want to display the name of vegetable 1, how could I display it? X dot out. Okay, it's a XML tag. Then select. Now which tag we want to display. So out over here, then slash root tag of the XML, that is vegetables, then sub tag vegetable, but we have 3 vegetable, amongst which one we want? 1. So first vegetable tag, inside that the name of that vegetable. Okay, so what will be display? What is the vegetable 1 and its name? Over here, onion. Okay, now next, suppose I want to display the price of the vegetable. Okay, second vegetable price I want to display. So how could I reach that particular tag? Out you have to use, then vegetables, that is your root XML tag, then vegetable, the second vegetable and its price. So what it is, we have first vegetable, we have second vegetable and its price is 30 kg. So that will be displayed. So this is how you can reach to particular tag of the XML, and you can print it by using x:out. So for reaching that, we have to use parse. In that we have to specify the XML, that is the variable name we have specified for that particular XML, and we will go to that particular tag of the XML and we can print it. Same way you can print this in the table format also. Okay, now let's move to another tag library, that is SQL. Now prefix for defining the SQL tag library is taglib URI, that is /JSTL, then SQL, prefix is SQL. Now what are the tags you can use? There are numerous tags like set data source, query, update, param, date param and transaction. So here you could have the SQL tag library which is used to interact with the RDBMS databases like MySQL, Oracle, and you can access the data by using these tags. So let's see one by one. SQL : set data source. Now it is used for creating a simple data source suitable only for the prototyping. Now when we'll see the example, you'll come to know what sort of information you have to provide in the set data source. Then SQL : query. It is used for executing the SQL query defined in its SQL attribute or the body. Then we have SQL update. Now it is used for executing SQL update defined in the SQL attribute or in the body, that is insert, update, delete query you can write inside it. Then we have param, like if you want to define any parameterized query, then you can provide the parameter from here. It is used for set the parameter in SQL statement to the specified value. Then we have date param. It is used for sets the parameter in SQL to specify the java.util.date value. The next one is SQL : transaction. It is used to provide the nested database actions with the common connection. Okay, so let's see the example. Here we are having page directive import java.io, java.util, java.sql. Then we have imported javax.servlet, then javax.servlet.star, then URI, taglib URI, core tag library and SQL tag library. Okay, so here we have SQL set data source, where we are going to provide the name of the driver, that is com.mysql.jdbc.driver, then URL from where we want to take the data, that is jdbc:/mysql /localhost/test. Then we have to specify the username and password when we have created the database. So this is how we can establish the connection with the database by providing the driver name, URL, username and password. Now all this information we are going to access by using this variable where, that is db we have specified. Okay, so now if I want to get the record from the database, we have SQL colon query. The data source is DB. See how we have specified dollar, then curly bracket inside the DB. Now this DB is of the data source. Okay, we have specified over here DB. Then for our query we have used variable RS, that is result set. In our normal traditional JDBC connection it is RS. You can give any name you want, but for this moment we have taken RS. So whatever the result will be stored will be stored in this RS. So query open and query close. Now I want to display this record in the tabular format. So I have taken the table, then I have set the table heading, that is student ID, name, last name and age. That is our first row. Now from the second row onwards the data would be dynamic. So how we can iterate it? Let's see. We can iterate it by using C colon for each. Okay, that is your core tag. And variable we are going to take table, you can give any name. Then items. Now see here, this is very important. Items, what we have done, dollar curly braces RS. Now what is this RS? We have taken in the query over here. Variable RS means whatever the result we'll get from the select star from students will be stored in this RS object. Now we will deal with this RS. Okay, so RS dot rows means all the rows will come into this RS object. Now one by one we are going to display the data. First row, first column, it is ID, that is the table dot ID. This ID, first name, last name and age is a column name of the database. So ID, that is your first column, second is your first name, third column is your last name and fourth column is your age. So this is how this first row will be displayed if we have one record. If we have 10 record, then this for loop will be iterated 10 times. So that's okay for today. Thank you friends and happy learning.